I think people, when we don't think too much, it's easy to hate. When you think about things, it's difficult to hate. So it's, for me, it's a very simple. When I see people who hate, they're basically people who don't think too much. That's the first thing, that they don't think so much, therefore they hate. The question is, are they capable of more thinking, or they're just not capable of thinking? If they're not capable of thinking, you can do nothing about it. They allow them to hate. But what can you do? But if they can think, you start looking at frameworks. And Ram is a good example of it. Everybody wants to hate Ram because they want to judge Ram. And the concept of judgment comes to us from Abrahamic mythology, where God is a judge. The idea of God as judge is not found in Hindu mythology. God, or infinity, Ananta, takes different forms. He takes form as Ram and Krishna. And Ram and Krishna exist in different contexts. Ram is in the Treta Yuga, Krishna is in the Dwapar Yuga. Ram is the eldest son in the royal family. Krishna is the youngest son in a cowherd family. The two can't be expected to behave exactly the same way. One is the eldest son, one is supposed to be the king, one is supposed to follow the rules at any cost. And it's important to remember that Ram is this rule follower. And is a rule follower a good person or a bad person? And is a rule breaker a good person or a bad person? Someone who comes to class on time, goes on time, does all his homework on time, he's never going to have many friends. We love people who are mischievous and prankster, who sit backbenchers, who run around, throw mischief, are fun, throw parties. In our nature, the orderly, disciplined person is not much loved. And it becomes very difficult, and especially when he lives by his rules. And the Ramayana is a story of a man who follows his rules, and his love for a woman who is free, and that relationship. Because the rules sometimes can be horrible. Not all rules are good. Some rules are bad. Rules like a woman's reputation has to be perfect. He didn't make this rule. In the Ramayana, the kings don't make rules. The rules are made for them. They have to follow the rules. And sometimes, like for example, the Indian Constitution has rules which are awful. Talk to gay people. Now, what does a police officer have to do? When he is facing the law, they'll say, should he follow the law? The spirit of the law? The Constitution says something else. The laws say something else. These are what Dharma Sankat is all about. How do you deal with rules which are inherently structurally unjust? If a king starts twisting all the rules, you'll never trust the king. Because the king will always, he'll say, now the rules have been, the king is continuously changing the rules to suit his needs, to benefit his wife and family. You won't respect such a king. These are the complexities that Ramayana presents us with. And that is how you have to approach the Ramayana. These are not simple stories. If you want to judge them as good and bad, right and wrong, that's a very simplistic view of things. And I think that simplistic view of things, if you want to be a simpleton, then please have a simplistic view. Then this video vlog is not for you. My books are about making you think, forcing you to expand your mind, realize what it means to be Brahmana.